Hey, everybody. I'm Patrick, and I just want to do long form, short form rant. It's Sunday. Everybody knows how Sundays are, right? You start dreading the working week. Well, I've been kind of uh, not into my job for quite a while now. I've been there a little over 3 years, and I have not liked it for a little over 3 years. Now, there's a couple of things about this that keep me there currently. One, it pays moderately, decently well for a W 2 job, right? It got me out of retail, so I'm thankful for that. But now I'm in the 9 to 5, although it's 8 to 4:30 with an unpaid lunch break. So it's an 8.5 hour day. It is still customer service, although I don't have to deal with people in person anymore. But it is grueling work. It's unfulfilling work, and I strongly dislike it. I think most people that work in America feel that way about their job. It's unfulfilling, it's disingenuous, it's not really worth the time or energy or any of the corporate bullshit for any real amount of money. I mean, you go on Instagram or on YouTube even, and you see all these videos of guys that quit their $200,000 a year job. I mean, I'm not making even half that much, but if people that are at that level making that much money are sick to death of what the corporate world has to offer human beings, it says a lot about where we are as a society. So I want to quit. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Now, I do work from home next week, which has its pros and cons. I would say it's mostly a pro, although having to deal with clients and not having coworkers to sort of debrief with, it can lead to being in more despair than when I'm in the office. But I also don't have to deal with my manager as much when I'm working from home, and I can go for a walk on my lunch break, or if I have downtime, I can take care of something around the apartment. Meanwhile, if I'm in the office, I mean, I guess I could go on a walk on my lunch break, but I don't want to get sweaty in the office or something like that. And then any downtime, it's very limited. I can't take care of anything around the house. I just sit there scrolling, although ideally I would be reading or writing or coming up with ideas, but I'm in the office. The office building filled with people that are doing grueling work, that wish they could be doing something else with their lives, that wish they could be fulfilled. That's not a good place to be creative, to think about anything creative, whether it be like, how do I get out of this? How do I start a business? Or what kind of ideas do I want to come up with? What kind of stories do I want to write? What kind of drawings do I want to make? None of that is really under those lights, in that environment with your manager, just down the way. It's all designed to not be creative, to just be a drone, to just be enslaved in this mindset of the only thing I can really do here in the office well is work. And you work so hard and you get paid shit. You get paid nothing, I mean, people that make $50,000 in 2026 are flat broke. I mean, how long are we going to put up with this? Indefinitely? I mean, I guess so. We're just going to get strung along where it's just enough, just enough. And I got all these coworkers, man, that say, they're intelligent people, right? They can think like, oh yeah, they say it all the time, we have golden handcuffs. And I'm like, a handcuff is a handcuff. I don't care what it's made out of. I can't sell that gold handcuff to make some money and get out of here. I'd get sued by the company for stealing their property. So I don't know what the hell to do, I mean, I've got some ideas, right? I want to start my own business. I want to do this. I want to rant on YouTube. There's not really any guaranteed money in ranting on YouTube, though. But I've been wanting to make videos on YouTube since at least 2017, if not earlier. Here I am, 10 years later, finally getting started. I'm in my early 30s. I work an office job that is sucking the soul out of me. I finally have a little bit of savings. I'm out of credit card debt as of 2 months ago. But, the way the economy is, all that kind of bullshit, all that kind of fear-mongering, I could lose my job at any time and be right back in the pits of broke-dumb. And I'm so fucking sick of that. I'm so sick of that. And I think a lot of people, well, I can't really speak for a lot of people, but I can speak for me, where I grew up in my teens and my 20s thinking very little of myself, having this really negative self-image and these really negative self-talks about I'm not worth this, I'm not worth that, oh, I'm just a piece of shit, I'm too this, I'm too that, I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I don't belong anywhere. I think a lot of people feel that way. Well, a lot of people tell themselves that. Now, that's just a story you're telling yourself. It's not it's not any more true than telling myself I'm the greatest guy that ever lived. If I kept telling myself that, I would be in a position, in a place in reality where I was much more like the greatest guy who ever lived than just like a miserable piece of shit that doesn't deserve anything good to happen to him. All that kind of mindset is put me where I am today, right? Where I'm at a dead-end job. I mean, there's like career growth or whatever, but it's like this corporate bullshit. I can't be myself there. I can't be myself to the clients. I got to be very professional and say, oh, how are you today? And then when I talk to my manager, I'm going to go, oh, things are going very well. And then when I talk to my boss's boss, I'm going to go, oh, I love it here. It's so good. Thank you so much for me. It's sucking. It sucks dick. And I don't want to fucking do it anymore. So, but I'm too responsible to just quit right now. So I let myself suffer. But over the past 3 years, I've had thoughts here and there of, oh, I'll do this, or I'll do that, and then I don't follow through. That's my biggest hang up. Now, I will say I was smoking a lot of weed. I've quit that this year. So I think I'll be a lot better on my follow-through. But one thing I want to do is upload YouTube videos of just me talking. I've thought a lot about it in the past, about doing like video essays or skits or, something more scripted. But I think just talking is going to be what I want to do right now. Sort of free form, subjects about whatever, unedited or minimally edited, and maybe eventually go to a live stream kind of format, possibly at some point. And I don't plan on making any money from this for a while, but it would be cool, man. It would be really cool to just be an entertainer. That is sort of what I always wanted to be. When I was very little, I dressed up as Elvis and sang songs, and then I fell in love with film, and I wanted to be a filmmaker. And I've played guitar for a long time, and I wanted to do music. And I play music, but I never really had faith in my songs, and I'm not a good singer, and I never had enough courage to go get voice lessons, da-da-da-da-da. And also, there's like no money in making music, but fuck, I want to get back into all that creative stuff, but I've got to find a way to make money where I'm not getting my soul sucked out of me every day in the office. And I think probably the best way for me to do that is by becoming some kind of YouTube entertainer, some kind of content creator, and relying on the donations of strangers at some point if I get enough following to create a Patreon or something like that. Anyway, this is going to be the end of my first rant here. I want to try and do this weekly, probably on Sundays, when everybody's sick and twisted about having to go to work tomorrow. Maybe get some aggression out of your system by watching me rant, or get a laugh. If I can make one guy laugh, or one person, could be a lady, hit me up. If I can make one person laugh, that is really rewarding. And if I can make you laugh enough to give me some money, that'd be even more rewarding. But hey, anyway, hey, you know what? It's all a ride, and everything's going to be okay. You just got to have faith in yourself and in God, and that you deserve better than what you currently have, because you do. And it's just a story. It's just a phrase you're telling yourself, so you might as well just say it until you believe it. Anyway, I'll see you next week.